Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now this one is another video challenge that I was told to do. Well, not really another video challenge, the same challenge, but just a different time in the challenge. So this time it's actually 39 minutes that I've been challenged to do. And yeah, I'm just gonna do it. For this one I have a small idea. I don't know where this is going to go, but it's like a fighting game almost that it's going to be, but I don't know what that's going to be like. So straight away you can see that I'm struggling to come up with an idea to continue with, but I eventually break through that and I just continue like making the game. This is just basically like a shell of it, so I'm working on it, there's probably going to be quite a few glitches in it, to be honest. I just don't know. This isn't going to turn out very well because fighting games in Notepad are just difficult to make by itself, So first variable. Oh my god, geez. So first variable of the day is startup, and we're going to be putting our I don't know, our set commands. We're going to set our HP in there, so we're going to set that to like, what is it, like a 200 or something. We'll come back to that a bit later once we've got some more ideas for some variables that we can put in. Okay, so let's just start off like making this menu, first, like, so the startup menu, so people know what buttons to press, other than just enter all the time. So for the startup menus, I usually just make my own, but when it comes to character design, if I've already made a character design, I just end up like copying that and then pasting it into my other versions if I want to. But yeah, let's just continue making this one. Let's put lots of echoes in so then we don't have to do it later. But yeah, I just use the colons for this because for some reason you can't use that straight line, the straight upwards line for it. I don't know why. So right now, let's just make like, a 1, so like you type 1 to do start and everything, and then like you type 2 to like go to the help menu, So when you type 1 and press enter, it takes you to the start of the game, well, like to the part where you actually start playing the game, and then if you type 2, then it'll take you to the help things, which will tell you the rules and stuff, and 3 just takes you to exit, So yeah, that's pretty much all of that menu does. It's a pretty plain old boring menu. Doesn't look that good at all, does it? I know, my art style is just insanely good, isn't it? Alright, so we're just doing the if statements now. So now when we when we type 1 and press enter, it's going to take us to the start menu. Not start menu. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. It's going to take us to the start of the fighting game. So yeah, did I tell you this is going to be a fighting game? I forgot if I did or not. Anyway, yeah, so we've done that. Now, you're probably wondering why there isn't a go to on the third one, on the third if statement. That's because it just means like if you type 3 and press enter, then it's just going to exit the game. Or if you like type 3, I don't know, I haven't tried it out yet. Alright, so now it's time to make the actual game. So let's just get some space in first so we can actually see what we're typing. And yeah, let's come up with a name. What should we name it? Let's name it Fight Till Dawn. That isn't actually a bad name. I kind of like it. That's pretty good. Alright, so here, honestly, there is no point wasting time making my own art, so let's just switch it over to my art on my other game, on the game I'm actually trying to make. And, let's just, like, yeet that to the copy bin, and yeet it into my project, because this is where it belongs. But anyway, as I was saying, let's just continue making this game. Delete the bloody purse that he had in his hand. I don't know why he was holding a bloody purse or whatever. Or a bag. Looks like a purse, more like it. But, yeah. So, that's that. That's the player, or enemy, or you. I forgot which one. Probably you. Yeah, it's you. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to paste it, we're going to paste the, that character again underneath it and name it enemy player, probably. We'll put some HP signs next to it as well, a bit later, so then you can actually see how much HP you have, because if you couldn't see how much HP you have, that would be kind of disappointing, and you'd never know when you would die, which would not be very convenient. But anyway, yep, let's name this guy the Bad Guy. Wow, it's such a cool name. Oh my god. But yeah, honestly, the next thing we should do is just make the stat menu, and also, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just making spaces randomly or trying to find a sweet spot for the stats. But yeah, I'm going to put down like your health and everything, your strength, other things, and also the attack moves that you can do. So yeah, I'm just looking at what the variable is for the HP. So yeah, we should probably also add a bad guy HP as well. That would also, be pretty handy since we know his HP and we know when he's going to die and get out of our life forever. But yeah. And as you can see here, I'm just like making the strength, you know, so then our character is like super bloody beefed up and everything. Because we want him to like beat all these bad guys, don't we, you know? So, yep, make his strength like, you know, pretty decent amount, you know. I mean, it's decent for what it is, like. I mean, you still gotta like level up, get more strength, but we will not have nearly enough time to do level up systems and like plussing your strength. Okay, like that's like plus 15 trillion hours there. No, I'm only joking. Probably only like an extra hour that you'd have to spend on like an XP system and a level system. But yeah. And we're also gonna add like another tip to the help section to like tell you that every time you kill an enemy, you'll get like extra strength, you know, or even if I have enough time for it, maybe even XP, you know, because I'm just like that fast at coding. But no, I'm joking. Probably only like strength or something, you know. So about here, I'm just like checking all the code and everything, making sure it's like all actually gonna work and it's not gonna like crash on me and fail on me on the first attempt, you know. So here I had an idea where you can like press enter to like kill the enemy, but then I was like to myself, maybe not. Like, I mean, doing that would have been a lot easier to like get rid of his health because then I wouldn't have to do like all these certain options and everything. It would have been so annoying, but you know what I did? I chose the annoying way. And I highly regret doing that so much. Someone please help me right now. But in every attack game, like every game where you have like attacks or something, or like you can choose what you want to attack with, or something, or what you want to attack, you should always be able to kick them in the nuts, dude. Especially if it's a boy. Only if it's a boy, because they're the only ones with nuts. Am I right? Ha 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 ha. So right now, like I've run out of options, you know, like I can't think of anything to put down for the third one, you know. But all of a sudden, you know, I just magically thought of it because I'm awesome. So now let's get into the part where we save the game, or I guess not really. You're just really making so that the game doesn't bloody crash on you. And then we got to do our if statements, and then we got to make it go to the hold up, my processing power is very low. We got to make it go to a variable, so then the variable can like, you know, minus the health of the enemy. Now, honestly, the names I give these, like, variables is, like, honestly, it can be so rude sometimes, but I honestly have no other options because, like, one, I just need some humor while I'm coding, because, like, if not, my brain will explode from, like, no humor in ages, so I'm gonna have to do that, so, you know, you're gonna have to accept the humor in this. And if you see me type like random letters, you know, like PP, LFG or something, it stands for. It's like a short way of like. It's an abbreviation, pretty much. That's all it is. So you don't have to type the whole thing, and I just can't be bothered coming up with like a real name for it, you know. So here I just can't be bothered talking for like 15, like, or like maybe even 20 more minutes. So you know what I did? I sped it all up. This is going to be a lot quicker now. We only have 7 more minutes left of the video. But it's definitely a lot easier and faster to watch. But yeah, we're just gonna make the variables, finish it all up. Right now making the way that when you go to that variable, it's going to minus your HP and maybe even minus the enemy's HP. Now in some attacks, it may not minus any it may not minus the enemy's HP because it was such a weak attack, you know. But eventually you will get stronger, so then that will never happen unless you're versing like a level 5 trillion boss. But that will never happen because this game was made in like 39 minutes, so that's not gonna happen because I will not be able to get that far. But this is as far as I got. So for an example, for weak attacks, like right here, you try to break his leg, but you fail, because you are way too weak. It doesn't actually say that, but what will happen is that it will minus your health, but it won't minus his health, because you didn't really do any damage to him, you know? So, and then he's like, gets pissed at you, and then he like attacks you because, you know, you're a nerd. No, I'm joking. But now we are finally actually on to the finish. So we're just gonna finish making this, finish coding this finish. That's kind of confusing. Finish coding the finish line. Let's just say that. To go to the next level. But yeah, I actually ended up having like a lot of glitches in this game. Because you guys won't be able to see it because the way I recorded the screen, it doesn't show the thing that runs the game, so you guys can't see it sadly. But I was actually testing the game out. Yeah, like right here I'm testing the game out and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with the game. It takes a very long time to find out what was actually wrong with the game, but eventually I finally found out what was wrong with it. I just had to mess around for a bit, and I finally found it. And yeah, it did take I had to change a lot of the code for this to work for some reason. Like in my head it was all like making sense. I was like, yep, definitely. I definitely coded this all correctly. But yeah, like I just don't know. Like that's why you should always test before you finish. Like, because if I had not tested that before, what's it called? The challenge finished, then that would have been this would have been a failed project, and that would have absolutely sucked. So on my journey to try and discover what was wrong with the project, I actually ended up finding some spelling mistakes for some of the variables. So that's another reason why most of the game wasn't working, because I spelled some of the variables wrong. So I just ended up changing the whole variable name completely just to something more simple, just in case maybe something wrong happened with it. I noticed when I was doing my first project ever, I was doing the variables right, and for some reason it didn't go to the variable that I told it to go to, and my phone just went off. Please shut up. But anyway, yeah, it didn't go to the variable, but when I just renamed it to a completely different thing, it ended up working. So I tried it with this, and I guess that worked. Maybe, but yeah, then I ended up finding the real problem. Is that I had ended up not naming the things correctly after those if statements. So in the percentage signs, I didn't name them correctly. So I just ended up changing the name of them, and that fixed it. So now we're finally on to doing the next level. Finally, that took a while. But now we're just doing the reward part, so you get rewarded strength for it. So which is that's alright, I guess. So I just had to put the variable in there, and do plus strength in there. So when that happens, so after that, we're just gonna do another fight, like last fight, I'm pretty sure. Just gonna change the names, do everything the same except for changing the, what's it called, the names of the attacks and making them all one punch, because I was literally on the minute mark, or minute and a half mark. But, yeah, that was how I actually pulled through on that bit. Alright, so right now the game is very close to being finished. Well, not finished, but very close for, like, the time is about to run out. I am, like, on about 2 minutes right now, probably. And I look over and I'm like, oh my god. And that, like, shocked me so much. And I, like, really started typing fast, messing up my spelling, and everything. It was pain. But, yeah, I just renamed everything else, like I said before. Renamed it. Everything is the same. I did not have time to do damage at all. It was just too much time I'd have to use for that. So I just ended up making everything one punch, and I don't know. That's kind of funny. I did a One Punch Man reference there, but yeah. I eventually just pulled through, and timer is about to run out in in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Timer has run out. Okay, let's swap over to the game. Alright guys, so I've moved over to the game now. So we're just gonna do circles with it and we're gonna load it up. So welcome to a fighting game. Press any key to continue. Let's press 2 and then press enter. Rule 1. When you are prompted with a question, it will tell you either to type 1 or 2 or 3. Please only type one of these. And every match you finish, your strength will increase. God, that took me a long time to say that. Welcome to Fight Till Dawn. Alright, let's press enter. Alright, so we got the bad guy and then we got you. So what should we do first? So we got all of our attacks there, we got our HP and we got our strength there as well. So at least everything there is working, right? And as you can see, he's holding the purse. So let's press 2 and press enter. As soon as I do it, come on, okay. I accidentally pressed enter. Oh my god, I am the worst. Okay, so you lost your HP. That is good. That works. Okay, so and then HP is nothing because we must have chosen the move where we broke our leg. You hit him in the nuts and he faints for a second and then he gets back up for a second, but then gives in and dies. Good job. Well done on completing that level. I hope you enjoyed that. Here is your reward. Your plus strength. Your strength is now 150. Thank you. That is awesome. Alright, welcome to the next level. Please press enter to continue. Alright. Now here's the next level, and I literally just copied everything, but just changed the names for the things. Alright, so your strength is now 150, so that works. The what's it called? It set your strength to 150 because you gained 100, I think. I don't know, I forgot already. One punch! Yes, we finally one-punched him, and that's the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed Yeet King.